Okay, let's dive into this. If you're anything like me, you probably get bombarded with credit card advertisements every single day. Huge fonts, flashy percentages, promises of endless rewards. It can be incredibly overwhelming trying to decipher what's actually a good deal and what is just clever marketing. Well, today, in this explainer, we're cutting through the noise. We're taking a magnifying glass to the top cashback cards on the market for July 2026. Here's the reality check, guys. While every single bank out there promises incredible cashback, the fine print is where the real game is played and won. If you're just looking at the headline numbers, I can guarantee you are leaving money on the table. Choosing a card isn't about finding the highest percentage. It's literally about matching a card's unique rules to your personal spending habits. To help us navigate all this, we're using an incredible source infographic put together by Kaskasan Buddies. Think of this as our ultimate treasure map for July 2026, detailing the 5 absolute best cashback cards available in the Philippines right now. We've got offerings from East West, China Bank, BPI, and Security Bank. But rather than just listing them off, we're going to break down exactly how they work. So here is our roadmap for this explainer. 1. The fine print of cashback. 2. The everyday spending heavyweights. 3. The household and grocery heroes. 4. The strategic spender. And finally 5. Picking your perfect wallet. Let's get right into it. Section 1. The fine print of cashback. Before we even look at a single card, we got to set some ground rules. Looking beyond those big, bold marketing numbers is an absolute necessity. Why? Well, it all comes down to caps. A massive percentage rate literally means nothing if the monthly earning cap is, super low. Banks love to shout about their high rates, but they kind of just whisper their limits. So as we look at these cards, our goal isn't just to find the biggest number. We're hunting for that strategic sweet spot where the rate and the cap perfectly align with how much you actually spend. Section 2, the everyday spending heavyweights. So this brings us to our first persona, the everyday spender. The person swiping across multiple daily categories, dining out, buying gas, paying the bills, and looking for maximum returns across the board. If that's you, the East West Visa Platinum comes out swinging with a massive 8.88% cashback rate. 8.88. That's a huge number. And it applies to practically everything you need on a daily basis: dining, department stores, travel, fuel, and utilities. It sounds like an unbeatable dream card for daily life, right? But here's the fine print secret. That incredible 8.88% is capped at a maximum cashback of 1,250 pesos a month, which works out to 15,000 pesos a year. Once you hit that cap, or if you spend outside those specific categories, your rewards drop to a mere 0.3% base rate. So while 8.88% sounds amazing, that cap actually means you only need to spend about 14,000 pesos in those categories to completely max out your monthly benefit. And this brilliantly illustrates the contrast with our other heavyweight, the Security Bank Complete Cashback Platinum MasterCard. Instead of one flat rate for everything, Security Bank uses a highly specific tiered approach. Check this out. You get 5% on groceries, 4% on gas, 3% on utilities, 2% on dining, and 1% on shopping. It covers all the bases for sure, but it scales the rewards based on the necessity of the category. But here's Security Bank's major gotcha. It has a total monthly cap of 1,100 pesos. However, and this is big, that total is strictly restricted to a maximum of 350 pesos cashback per category. What does that mean? Well, even with that 5% on groceries, once you hit 350 pesos in grocery cashback, which takes exactly 7,000 pesos of spending, by the way, your grocery rewards for the month are just done. You can't just dump all your spending into one category to hit that 1,100 total. You have to spend across different categories. It's a great card, but man, it demands diversified spending. Section 3, the household and grocery heroes. This category is for the homebody, the person whose budget goes almost entirely to keeping the house running. The classic contender here, the BPI Amore Cashback Card. It offers a very solid 4% rate specifically on groceries and supermarkets, plus 1% on drugstores and utilities, and 0.3% on other local retail spend. You can earn up to 15,000 pesos a year in cashback with this one. Now, what's really interesting here is a very specific quirk you need to watch out for. You don't just earn 4% on every peso. The points only trigger on 1,000 peso increments. Let me repeat that because it's absolutely vital. The cashback is only calculated for every 1,000 pesos you spend. Meaning, if you run to the store and make a 900 peso purchase, you earn literally zero cash back for that transaction. None. You have to be incredibly deliberate and make sure your grocery runs always cross that 1,000 peso threshold to make this work for you. Competing directly for that household hero title is the China Bank at Home Visa Platinum. This card gives you a fantastic 5% family cashback, up to 1,500 pesos every month across all categories. Sounds super simple, right? Well, you've got to be aware of their strict exclusions. It does not earn cashback on installment programs, auto debit arrangements, or auto-charged bill payments. So if you were planning to just set this card on autopilot for your electricity and internet bills, you're out of luck. You absolutely have to manually use it for your family expenses. However, the China Bank at Home card does throw in a really sweet sign-up perk to tip the scales. You get a complimentary 4,000 peso SM supermarket voucher. All you want to do is hit a minimum spend of 8,000 pesos within your first 60 days from when the card is delivered. That is effectively a 50% return on your first 8,000 in spend, which, let's be real, is a massive upfront win for any household budget. Section 4, the strategic spender. This section is for the niche strategist, the person who thrives on, gamifying their finances, and really doesn't mind jumping through a few hoops for an outsized reward. For this spender, we're introducing the China Bank Velvet Visa Signature. Just take a look at this number, 10%. That is a massive, industry-beating return rate. In the credit card world, a flat 10% return is honestly like finding a unicorn. But, as you probably guessed, a rate this high never comes without highly specific conditions. All right, so here's how you actually unlock that 10%. Step 1, you have to make your purchase on exactly the 8th of the month. Step 2, you must spend at least 8,000 pesos. Step 3, you receive a maximum cashback of 800 pesos for the month. So if you spend exactly 8,000 pesos on the 8th, you get exactly 800 pesos back. Boom, the perfect 10% yield. But if you spend 10,000 pesos, you still only get 800. It's an incredible strategy game for a highly organized shopper who has a major monthly expense they can perfectly time for the 8th of every month. On top of that unique cashback game, the Velvet card also throws in some extra luxury perks. You can actually get a free Pandora Classic bracelet and charm just for reaching a minimum spend of 6,000 pesos within 60 days of getting the card. Plus, unlike a lot of cashback cards, this one also functions as a rewards card. You get 1 point for every 30 pesos you spend, which you can exchange for electronic gift certificates and vouchers. It truly is a strategist's dream. Section 5. Picking your perfect wallet. So the crucial point is, how do we synthesize all this intricate fine print? Remember, the absolute best card isn't the one with the highest percentage printed on the shiny brochure. It's the one whose specific rules effortlessly match your natural spending habits. If you're spending broadly every day, you probably want the East West or Security Bank cards. If your budget is dominated by large grocery runs, then BPI Amor or China Bank at Home are definitely your champions. And hey, if you love timing your purchases for maximum yield, the Velvet card is unmatched. So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought to take away from our explainer today. Pull up your monthly budget right now. Look at where your money is actually going, not where you wish it was going. Are you swiping daily, bulk buying your groceries, or timing those big purchases? Which of these spending personas are you? And which of these cards actually deserves a place in your wallet? Let the fine print work for you, not against you. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive, and happy earning.